right, we're live. Hey everyone, tonight I'm going to talk with you about New Year's resolutions because it's coming up and I know everyone loves to set them and then they don't work for so many people, and I want to dive into why so we can get prepared and stay on track for that. And I've also got a special announcement for you, so you're going to want to hear this. I'm going to be answering a lot of questions, especially some questions I already got today on my most recent post. I'm going to address those and take all of your questions. So thanks for joining me. For those of you new to my page, my name is Natalie Jill, and I'm a licensed master sports nutritionist, functional fitness trainer, and what I do is I kill fat for a living. So that's the fat on our bodies, but more importantly, it's what I call false assumed truths. It's those beliefs that are not serving us, those beliefs that are holding us back from achieving, great results in our life, like those beliefs around aging, like thinking that it's too late, or beliefs around our injuries that we can't do things, or beliefs around pretty much everything, because beliefs tend to rule our lives. And that's what I help shift and kill for you. So thanks for joining me. I'm also 48 years old, and I share that because I really love to focus on helping especially women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond that are feeling like they're too old and it's too late, because you're not. So that's who I love working with. If you are joining me live right now, I would love for you to say hi. Let me know that you're on. Let me know where you're joining me from. Tell me your age, please. I love knowing when I'm reaching women close to my age. So let me know that. And if you're on Instagram, tell me your name too, because on Instagram, I can't always see names, just the screen names. And then on Facebook, I can. And if you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay so I can come back and say hi to you later as well. So thanks for joining me. All right, y'all. So this is what I want to talk about tonight, and that's New Year's resolutions, because here we are getting into the holiday season, and this is when typically we either expect or assume that we're going to gain some weight and fall off track because we're enjoying our time, right? And then as we get closer to January, we start putting it off, like, well, in January, I'll deal with this. In January, I'll deal with this. And then everyone typically starts out January super strong, like ready to go with the goals. And then what happens? What happens is willpower. We start saying, I felt strong and now I don't have willpower. And that's what starts coming up. And that's what we think is the reason that we fall off on things. We think it's because we don't have willpower and that things are too hard. But what I want you to know is that's actually not the reason. It's not the reason. Willpower has nothing to do with it. In fact, willpower is extremely challenging. It's very difficult to create willpower in your life and say no to things and avoid things and stay strict with things when we're relying on just willpower. It's so much more than that, y'all. It's so much more than that. And that's what I want to get into tonight, because I know a lot of things that I'm going to share you can start applying right now in December, and they'll start carrying you through to set you up to win in January. Sound good? Sound good? All right. Okay, my first question for you though, I do want to know, how many of you set New Year's resolutions? Like, is this something that you do every year? Chime in and let me know if you do, if you're somebody who sets resolutions. And if you do set them, have they worked for you in the past? Let me know that. I know most women that I've worked with, they say that they love to set them. They love to set the goals and start out with good intentions, but they don't typically work until we shift this stuff. So let me know that. I'd love to know if that's the case. And let me see who's on. Let's see. Hey, Andrea, and I see Khan and Virpal and Gina and Valley. Lots of you joining tonight. Awesome. Let's see. I've got a bunch of you on both platforms here. Let's see. Hello. I see Andrea, and why are you? I'm not. IT Khan, I can't pronounce your name. He said, why are you anti-Botox? I'm not anti-Botox. I like my forehead to move, so I don't like it for me. But thanks, Auntie Khan. But I think it's awesome for people that want it. I just don't. I've done it before in the past, and I didn't love it. I want my forehead to move like this. But what's funny, y'all, is ever since I decided I wasn't doing it, it's so funny that people start thinking that your forehead's supposed to not move. So people will comment, oh, you've got bad Botox. No, I just don't have it. I don't have it. That's why my forehead moves. So good question, but that's why. So not anti, I just don't love it. For me, I want my forehead to move the way it's supposed to. My solution. Okay, let's see. Back to this. Resolutions. I always do, but I fall off the wagon. Gina, yep, that's very common. Silver says she sets no. Hi, Courtney. I see you on there. let's see, who else? A lot of you saying, I set resolutions and then you fall off. Yep. It's very common because we're relying on willpower, and willpower, you all, does not work. And I'm going to show you and tell you what does work. And this can make such a big difference for you. And it's really going to come down to one word. It's one word. So before I jump into that, I just want to show you this. And if you were on my live last night, you saw a lot of these. First and foremost, many of you don't know how I started my journey. So dating back 12 years ago when I had my daughter, 12 years ago, I was not doing anything with fitness, nutrition, fat loss, weight loss. It was a hobby of mine. I was always interested in it, but it was not what I was doing for a career at all. In fact, I was in corporate America doing dental implants. How exciting is that? I was a sales manager, I was a director of sales, and then I was a sales trainer for dental implants. Not my passion, not fun. But what happened to me was what happened to a lot of you back in 2007 to 2009. If you remember what was going on there, if you're my age or older, or around that, you do remember what was going on. Back 2007 to 2009, we had a major economic downturn. Housing market crash, stock market crash, a lot of things changed. And for me, this was me when this happened. So this was me. Now I just had my daughter who's now 12, but look at me right there. That weight on my neck and legs and everything, that was a 60-pound weight gain. Now I'm 5'2", to put this in perspective, and I just had my daughter, and I gained 60 pounds when I was pregnant, 60 pounds more than I am right now at 5'2". Now, yes, you could say, well, you were pregnant and it was hormones, awesome, but my daughter weighed 6 pounds, y'all. She weighed 6 pounds. So I did not gain 54 pounds from hormones. In fact, when she came out, I remember asking the doctor, when he said that what she weighed, I said, well, great, does the placenta weigh 54 pounds? Because I didn't know. I was like, how did I gain that much weight? Anyways, the reason I gained that much weight is a lot of reasons. One, I was pregnant and I was eating everything and anything. In fact, I used to drive through McDonald's every day and get French fries and chocolate sundae extra fudge. If you don't believe me, you can ask my ex-husband and he'll tell you, because that's what I set him out for every single night when I was pregnant. So that's what I ate, and I was also depressed. I had a lot going on. I knew that my husband, who, by the way, is now a very good friend of mine, but my husband at the time, we were not meant to be married, and we were having a lot of problems, and I knew that we weren't going to be staying together, and I was going to be going through a divorce. And that was scary for me because I had just moved to California not too long before I met him, and he was like the only person I knew. Everyone I knew came from him. So I had a lot going on. One, I had a lot of weight gain. I had hormonal shifts from having my daughter. I was going through a divorce, and we had a business together that we were financially strapped in, and we were using, like a lot of people were, a lot of our line of credit from our home, which had appreciated before 2007. And now all of a sudden I was backwards on my home. This is not a new story. I've shared it before. It's also not new for many of you. Many of you went through this years ago when this happened. But for me at the time, it was devastating. I was, for the first time in my life, strapped financially. I was not recognizing who I was in my body. I was depressed. I was going through a divorce. And my job, my career, was going to have to change because I was traveling full time and I was now going to be a new single mom. So I had a lot going on. And what happened to me, many of you can relate to, I went through my own personal rock bottom. It was first of others that I've had. But I was so depressed where I didn't even want to leave my bed. And can any of you ever relate to that? Like, have you ever been in that spot? I'm fortunate that happened to me now because I can relate now when people say that they're depressed or they're going through something or they did. That was me. I was super stuck. And I remember feeling like, what else is there to life? Like, is this all there is? You just get married, have a baby, and just now we're depressed. That's what I remember thinking. And I remember wishing I had a remote control to like fast forward and get through it. So, and I didn't. But what I did realize then was that there was so much I couldn't control. I couldn't control my finances. I couldn't control my ex-husband. I couldn't control my job. I couldn't control that I was a new single mom. I couldn't control a lot of things, but I knew I could control one thing. And what I knew I could control was what I was putting in my body. Not just food-wise, but what information I was going to be taking in. And I decided, and that's a big word, I'm going to come back to that word, deciding. I decided right then and there that in this world of not being able to control things, I could control that and it would make a difference. So step one for me was I made a decision. Step 2 is I created a vision, like what I wanted for myself, like fantasy vision. I remember making a vision board at the time, and I would look at that board every single day and say, okay, if I was the girl living in that board, if I was that fit girl that's happy, that's healthy, that's thriving, what would I be eating? What would I be drinking? What would I be listening to? What would I be hanging around? That was a question I asked myself every single day. And the most amazing thing happened, you all. Because I decided and because I started asking that question, I started digging deep into nutrition. And what I found is what many of you have found with nutrition: information overload. Like now you hear like keto and macronutrients and counting calories and just all the things. Should I fast or whatever? But 12 years ago, we had just as many things. Maybe not the same things, but there was information overload. I was so confused and I was so determined to figure it out that I went and studied and became a nutritionist, and I became a licensed master sports nutritionist for my own knowledge, y'all. But my transformation was so strong, it was so unbelievably strong, that friends, that family started saying, what the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing? So I came out with my first program 12 years ago on Facebook with my, a few hundred high school friends on my Facebook page. I came out with my very first program, and to my amazement, what I did on myself worked for everybody else that I gave it to. They were like, this is miraculous. People were losing so much weight that week one. Their bloat was gone. Their energy was up. They were feeling amazing, on fire. I see Courtney on here. She was one of the first people that did my program. Incredible transformation that she had. Anyways, I was on to something. So my business really started by accident. It started because of my own transformation and then sharing with others. And then that's what launched my business. So it was very heavy on the nutrition and the mindset, but nutrition was my thing. Now, as I evolved with nutrition, people wanted to know what workouts I was doing. So awesome, I added workouts. I did home-based workouts, and many of you found me from that. I was doing all these workouts. But somehow along the way, y'all started thinking it was workouts that get you super fit. Now, workouts are awesome. I love workouts, don't get me wrong, but that's not the key. The key is nutrition. And I wanna talk to you about how important this is. One that got me out of my setback 12 years ago. It changed my whole body. It helped hundreds of thousands of people transform. And I continued sharing workouts and nutrition, but nutrition was always that thing. So just to give you a little bit more recent information, about a year and a half ago, I started having massive flare-ups with my back. Many of you followed my journey with that. I had back surgery 2.5 years ago, and I started having flare-ups again on the other side of where I had the surgery. So much pain. And to the point where my outlet of working out was not possible. So I would do some workouts, but we're talking like 10, 15 minutes in pain, working through the pain because I knew I could, trying to get to the other side of it. And it was a struggle. And I went through some deep soul searching this year because I had a lot going wrong that I felt was going wrong in my life, and workouts were my outlet. And because I could not do them to the level I wanted to, I really had to dig deep to like, why is this happening to me? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this that I do for a career. Who am I to be teaching workouts? Like what? And now I can't even enjoy them because I'm in pain. So as I've shared with many of you before, I don't believe things happen to us. I think they happen for us. And I do believe my injury, my pain, my struggles, and then ultimately my surgery I had a few weeks ago happened to me for a reason. It happened to show me that what's more important. It happened to show me that there's other ways. It happened to show me what many of you are dealing with pain. It happened to show me how I can help support you when you're dealing with pain and depression and all of those things. So I believe that happened for me. Now, many of you, when I post workouts, like I just posted one tonight, by the way, and I posted one the other day, will comment and say, well, if I had hours to work out at the gym, or if I had this. And what I want you to know is my workouts have never been hours at the gym. Ever, never, ever, ever. Now, I enjoy working out. I love it. But when I haven't been able to work out, you know how I kept those abs? You know how I kept toned? You know how I kept fit? You know how I kept my focus going, my energy up? It was always nutrition. And, you guys saw this 2 years ago. I did this cover 2 years ago when I was working out, before I was dealing with the pain I had this last year. I just did this cover. This is on Stan's right now. My body doesn't look much different now, does it? Okay, 2 years ago and then recent. Workouts, not working out as much. What's the difference? Nutrition. Nutrition. Now, y'all, if you haven't been following me for long, nutrition is my gift. Yes, I help you with workout. Nutrition is my gift. So much so I was featured on Women's World several years ago on how I help women with nutrition. This is my jam. So why am I sharing all this with you? Well, I'm sharing it with you, and I'm going to show you some clients, and I'm going to give you some things that you can do now. I'm sharing this with you because this January, I'm doing a challenge unlike any challenge I've done before. It's the Back to Basics challenge. And you can find it at backtobasics with an x.me. And for the first time ever, this is a full nutrition challenge. Now, typically I bring in workouts and I bring in a ton of mindset. I will have that in the background, but this is gonna be full nutrition. I wanna take you through the process of what I learned about nutrition 12 years ago, how I've tweaked it and what works. And I wanna do this for you. So it's not like me just giving you a meal plan. This is so you have that background information so you can succeed in life with this. When you know what I know about nutrition, when it gets in your bones, when it gets in your brain, when it gets in your body, it will be so easy for you and so simple for you to stick to this that you will never have to worry again about what do I do when I eat out, or what do I do when I'm invited to friends, or what happens when willpower creeps up. That will go away from you because you're gonna get that same knowledge that I have from me studying years and years of this and me working with countless clients. So I'm gonna basically be giving you all of that in this January challenge, and I would love to have you in it. Now, here's what I want you to know. Will this work for everybody? Only with one condition. This only will work for you if there's one word that applies to you. And I did this last night. I'm gonna ask you all again, because some of you were on last night, many of you were not. The number one thing that has to happen for this to work for you is you have to decide. You have to make a decision. Like, you literally have to say, I'm ready, I'm doing this, and I decide. And you have to decide that you're not gonna carry your past into it. You're not gonna carry your past excuses. You're not gonna carry the past of what has not worked for you. You're not gonna carry your past of a pattern of you've given up because of willpower. You're not gonna carry any of your past stories or reasons, because that won't serve you. Every single transformation that I have helped with, and I've helped countless of them, all started with the same thing. That same thing that I had to start with when I was here before I got here. The same thing I had to start with was one thing. I had to decide. I had to decide that I was done being wrapped up in my excuses, that I was done being wrapped up in what wouldn't work. I had to decide that I was ready, that this was gonna be different. I had to decide that I was gonna commit and not try anymore. So I'm gonna ask you all, have you decided? Have you decided? And I want you to say, I've decided if you have. Say, I've decided if you have. And I'm gonna show you while you're thinking about this, because if you haven't decided, you can't do it. But if you've decided. This is Nicole when I met her. Okay, this was Nicole. Beautiful girl, smart, great job, overweight. Now, Nicole is a very good friend of mine. She may be on here watching later, and she would be the first to chime in and say, she was overweight. Now, what happened being overweight? Did anyone tell her she was overweight? No, you know why? Because people are too dang politically correct. This is not healthy. This is not healthy. Nicole could have created a lot of disease in her body, a lot more aches and pains. She could have died early. This was not healthy, y'all. It's not healthy to be overweight like this. Nicole decided. That was her first step. She decided. She said, I'm done. I'm done believing it's genetics. I'm done believing that things don't work for me. I am done trying and giving up. I'm done relying on willpower. I've decided. This is Nicole now. I took Nicole through my process, through my nutrition process, after she decided, and look at her. I mean, this is unbelievable. Incredible. And this could be you all. But she decided. Let's see how many. Anita, I've decided. Yes. Tara, I've decided. Donna, I've decided. Christine, I've decided. Linda, I've decided. Andrea, I've decided. So many of you. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yolanda's like, I've been saying it for days. Yes, Yolanda, I love it. I've decided. I've decided. Just like Nicole did. Same thing with Terry here. Let me show you Terry. I have so many pictures here. Who do I want to show you first? Okay, this was Terry, y'all, when I met her. Same thing. Okay? Terry was depressed. She didn't have the energy. She wasn't focused. She was overweight, y'all. She was not healthy. You guys, why do we dance around this, by the way? Why do we dance around letting people think that this is okay, y'all? This is not okay. I want you to be around. I want you to thrive. I want you to live a long life. I do not want you to go through what I went through with my dad. My dad died at age 49, you all, of a heart attack, and it could have been prevented. He had clogged arteries. He had a terrible diet. He had a stomach on him, and nobody interrupted him. We never interrupted him, and my dad died. And let me just tell you what that means. What that means is my dad died when I was 22 years old. My sister was 12. My brother was 20. I'm 48 years old right now. My dad's never met any of his grandkids. My dad never got to see me get married. My dad never met my soulmate, my husband Brooks now. My dad never met my daughter. My dad died. And you know why he died? He died because no one interrupted him and told him that he was unhealthy. Okay, we let him go. I will take accountability on that. That's a big reason I'm so passionate about this, you all. We cannot let this be okay. This is not okay. Anyways, this was Terry when I met her, and I felt so much compassion for her because she decided. And that's your first step. She decided. And look at Terry now. This is amazing. Terry is thriving. Look at this. Y'all, people look at this and they think, oh, we have to be nice, politically correct. Let's accept this. Maybe it's my genetics. No. She just did not have the right formula yet. And look at Terry now. She decided. She applied what I teach in nutrition, what I teach with mindset. This is one of my favorite pictures from Terry right here. Look at this. These are her shrinking jeans that she tracked. It's so cool. So cool. She had to decide first. Let's see. Veronica, you decided. Yes. Peggy, I've decided. Sandra, I've decided. So many of you deciding. I love it. That is the first step. Shelly saying, I decided. Yes. Christy on Instagram, I decided. Kelly, I decided. Desi, I've decided. Yes. If you've decided, you guys, do it. Do this. You have to decide first. You can join the Back to Basics Challenge. The reason I'm telling you this now is I want you to know that you have this under your belt for January. We start in January, and yes, I did the whole Black Friday special thingamajiggy, so that's still effective until midnight tonight. You can join all of December. We don't start till January, but I want you to get that discounted price and get enrolled now. And you can do that at backtobasics, BASIX.me. Backtobasics.me. That locks you in for January, and I walk you through the same process that Terry went through, the same process that she went through, the same process that Nicole went through. But you have to decide first. Here's another one. Here's Landa when I met her. Same thing. Landa had not decided initially, but Landa decided. She decided she was done with the energy drop. She was done not feeling confident. She was done not feeling her best self. She was done being unhealthy and living in this. This is Landa now. She sent me this from a vacation. Look at how amazing she looks. Incredible. In this black dress that was on her vision. This was her vision to look like this, and she crushed it. And she decided first. So I'm asking you, are you guys deciding? Because it's not willpower, it's a decision. It's deciding. Say, I decide. I'm in, I decide. I decide. So another one. This is Melissa, and this is another one of my favorite pictures. Watch this. This is Melissa when I met her. Who can relate to this? Like the not buttoning of the jeans. I've definitely been there before in my life. This sucks. And you know when this happens, we think, oh, the dryer shrunk them, the dry cleaner shrunk. Oh, my husband shrunk them. No, this is us letting ourselves go. Not healthy, doesn't work long term. Melissa decided. Look at her now. Incredible. Incredible. I've got countless of these success stories, you all, and I want to help you with it. But here's the thing, you have to decide first. When you decide, what that looks like first is you've made a decision and you're saying yes to yourself. That's number one. And I will keep coming back to that leading up to the challenge and then during the challenge, that you have to stay in that decision, because once you decide, that is the line in the sand. That's what makes the difference, and that's what opens you up to living from possibility. You see the difference between someone who succeeds and someone who stays stuck? You know what the difference is? The person that succeeds and thrives, they live in possibility. They live in potential. They live in possibility. The person that stays stuck and doesn't thrive, you know what happens? They stay living in excuses. And when we stay living in excuses, we stay stuck. Because when you have an excuse, it gives you a moment of comfort. You feel good in a moment, but that's it. When you tell your friends, your family, your doctor, me, whoever, your excuse, you feel good for a moment. Now, if I validate your excuse, or your friends, your family, anyone validates your excuse, they are not doing you a favor. You know why? Because they are at that moment people pleasing. And people pleasing does not get you results. So if I say you're right, that sucks, that keeps you stuck. So I'm not gonna say that to you. So when you tell me, just like Amanda when I met her, that all the reasons that you're overweight, that you're having the struggles, if I say you're right, that sucks, I am not a good coach. I am not holding you to your highest potential. Look at her now. She's running marathons now. I mean, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Running marathons. Same with Amy. Amy was probably on. She's on a lot of my lives. This was Amy when I met her. Same thing. If I had validated her excuses, she would have stayed stuck. But she decided, and I pushed with her, and look. Incredible. Here's another one. Here's Karen. When I met her, same thing. Validating excuses did not help her. And look at her now. So y'all, this is what's gonna happen. You decide. That's your first step. Decide. Line in the sand. I've decided. Write it here if you haven't done it yet. I decide I'm in. And then I want you to grab your spot. Go and grab your spot in the backtobasics.me. Back to basics, B-A-S-I-X, because we're gonna cross out all the information overload.me, and stop lollygagging. Get in your spot. Know that we start in January. I'm gonna set you up to win, and here's the thing, y'all. Failure is not an option. Failure is not an option, and I get you. I'm a 48-year-old. I've had a baby. I've been in perimenopause. I get the hormone shifts. I've helped countless women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond. This is gonna work for you. You get to decide first. That's what I'm gonna ask you to do. Make a decision and then create the transaction, because transaction is the start of transformation. So this investment in the challenge, which is lower price and super affordable, y'all, than anything I've launched before. Typically around this time of year, I do Full Body Reset or Fat Loss Academy. Those were always near $500. This challenge is less than $100. It's super affordable, especially for what you're gonna get in the lasting results. And just know that that's an investment in you. By you doing that, that is for you, because you know making that investment makes you do the work and you commit to it. And what's gonna happen is you'll get a few things before the challenge as we get a little closer to get you ready for it. But what will happen is during the challenge, you'll have access to my Aging in Reverse membership site. So you won't have to be on Facebook or anywhere else in any group. You'll have log into the membership site, and we'll have daily motivation there. You'll every day get a short video from me, which will be less than 2 minutes. It gives you bite-sized chunks of what to do. You'll have detailed, easy to follow, simple, yummy meal plans with swap out options. Don't worry. So if you're like, I don't eat this or that, or I don't like this, I have swap out options for everything. You'll get detailed grocery list. You'll also get the accountability of the group and me and my team all supporting you and answering every question. You'll also have a live call with me every single week. We're gonna have a small group live call where I actually can see you. You're gonna see me. You'll be able to raise your hand, ask questions real time. I'll answer all of your questions, and you will get those radical results. So failure is not an option. I would love to work with you. We're gonna go deep on nutrition in there, and it's gonna be simple, easy, and fun, y'all. All you have to do is decide. So what I wanna know now is not just did you decide, are you in? Let me know. Say, I'm in if you are in. Are you in? Are you gonna do it? Are you in? Are you in? Are you in? Backtobasics.me. Backtobasics.me. That's all you have to do. Let's see. You're in. So many of you deciding. I love it. Sorry, or you're in. This is awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Love to have you in. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take some questions for you. Any of you? I love seeing all of you saying, I've decided, I'm in, I'm in. Okay, Anita, there is no Facebook group for this. We're doing it a little different. It will be within my Aging in Reverse community. And yes, when we get closer to January, it does not start till January, you'll have access to the membership site. We're not doing it through a Facebook group at all for this challenge. It's all gonna be done on the membership site, which is awesome because you can access it mobile. You'll be able to get text alerts. Everything will be super easy to navigate and to get. So it'll be a better and different experience than you've had before with us. So it's in. And Lisa, I love it. Let's see, Lisa is saying, I'm in. Will we get the meal plans early to prepare for it? Nope, you're gonna get some things early, Linda, but not the meal plans. Don't worry about that. I've built in the prep time to the actual challenge. So that will be the beginning of January. Now, if you're in my Aging in Reverse community, you all, you do not have to join the challenge. You're gonna get it for free. So if you're already in my Aging in Reverse community, you don't have nothing else to sign up for. You'll already have that in January. Let's see, Veronica, how does it work for someone on a night shift? Veronica, no issue at all. Because everything I'll be doing is through video and then the live training calls. So you'll be able to access it whenever you want. So like daily when you get the email or the text and it says what to watch, you can watch it on your own time. The only thing you may miss, but it's not a big deal, is my live calls if it's during a time when you can't do it. But they're always gonna be recorded and sent out to you right after. So no issue there. Alexandra, how much money is it? It's $75 right now, y'all. It's super affordable. That's my discounted Black Friday cyber price, and you get all of that for that one-time fee. Totally, you get all that, everything. Let's see, Jarrell is in. Okay, let's see, more questions. Can men do it? Men, you absolutely can do it. The reason I say women is because I'm a female. And that's who I specialize with. And you can do it, by the way, if you're not 40s and 50s and beyond. I just like to be transparent that that's my age. I'm a female, obviously, so that's who I best relate to, but any of you can be in. Joan registered today. Yes, 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 yes. Veronica's in. I love it. Awesome. It's back to basics with an X.me. John Montgomery, do I have a lot of men doing my program? I've had lots of men do my programs before, John. One of my favorite transformations at all time is Jim Walters. If you scroll down my Facebook page, you'll see I posted about him the other day. So absolutely, you're more than welcome to join. You can totally do it. Do I have a lot of men? I would say I have more females than males, but I've helped a lot of men over the time, so no issue there. You can totally join in. It can be a family affair too. Everything is based on unprocessed, natural, real, healthy food. So your whole family can eat the way that I'm gonna show you. Let's see. A few more questions. Okay, I had a few questions earlier about injuries and working out. So this challenge is totally nutrition based. So I will have workouts available for you as an option, but you will get results regardless if you do the workouts or not. You do not need to do them. You can totally do them without that. Let's see, okay, Rachel, it's back to basics, BASIX, like an X, .me. Backtobasics.me is the link for it. And when I'm done this live, I'll post there. I did pin it on Instagram. I'll type it in the comments here. Awesome, y'all. I love it. So many of you in. This is great. Let's see, a few more questions. So many of you decided. I love it. Anita, can't wait to have you back. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Would it be good for me? I'm 26. Marina, you could totally do it. Yes, y'all, this will work for everybody. I just want to share, especially for you women, 40s, 50s, and beyond. The reason I bring that up is a heavy story that a lot of women have around aging is that they feel that they're too old, that it's too late, that their metabolism, their hormones, blah, 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 blah. I get all of it. And that's why I speak directly to you, because I am 48 years old. This is something I specialize with. That does not mean I can't help somebody in their 20s and 30s. I absolutely can, and I have many times. So you absolutely can. But I just like to be transparent about my age so you can be in part of it. And thanks, Epip. Glad I'm feeling better after my surgery. I do. I feel great. Thank you. Green Meditates in. Yes, I love it. Let's see, Nestor, you have my cookbook and you haven't used it. Which one do you have, Nestor? My Unprocessed Your Diet or my other one? Sire, thank you so much, Natalie. What do you mean? That's a very sad comment there. Tell me what you mean by that. Let's see. Make sure. All right, so many of you in. I love it. I love it. No, it's not only Women Life of the Wilderness. You can totally join it too. All right, all. Thank you so much for jumping on with me. I cannot wait to see you in the challenge. More coming soon. I can't wait to have you in. Melissa, if you are always skeptical, I get it. This is not something to just try. This is a decision. I totally get it. I don't know if you've been on the whole time, Melissa, but you can go back and see the countless transformations that I showed you. I mean, Karen, this is Amy, so many of them, too many to count. Like, I just pulled some of my favorites right now. This is Nicole before and after. Terry, I love showing her jeans here. But here's the thing, you all, this is not like a gimmick thing. This is not like I'm giving you a pill or a waist trainer. This is 30 days of a deep dive into nutrition where I'm gonna really help you and answer all of your questions. I've got a really solid track record from this, you all. I would not have been selected to be on the cover of countless magazines like Women's World. Strong recently, hers if my stuff was baloney. It's not. My stuff works. You can find countless transformation success stories of people that have gone through my programs. And this, Melissa, this will make you feel better too. If you, by the way, y'all, this is another thing I want to make sure you know. I always do a guarantee on my stuff, meaning I don't deserve to get paid if you don't get results. So if you participate in my challenge and you show up and do everything, I mean, you have to show up. You can't just join the challenge and not do anything. But if you join the challenge and you show up, you're on the calls, and you're doing the assignments and you're taking in the information, if you don't get results, I don't deserve to get paid. So you do get your money back if that's the case. I've never, ever had that happen, by the way. Never had anyone say they did all the work and didn't get results. I have had people that say they haven't done the work, but that's a whole different story. So Melissa, I get that, but I would encourage you, I'm not gonna try to twist your arm on this. If you've decided, and if my messaging resonates with you, if you feel you could learn from me, then take it on and go all in. You have nothing to lose but the weight and the bloat and how you're feeling. That's it. But if you're gonna join it with show me what you got, nothing works for me, that's not a decision, and I don't want you to join if that's the case. So I only want you in if you've truly decided that you are taking this on and you are in, okay? All right, y'all. Love y'all. I will see you later. All right, I hope to see you in the challenge. Bye.